Today we're poolside again with two great pool cleaners from Aiper. Today we're going to do a battle between the Aiper Seagull Pro, which I've had for over a year now, and the brand new one, the Aiper Scuba S1. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 6 key differences that you're going to want to know before you decide to buy either one of these. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. First off, I want to thank Aiper for sending both these out to me for a full honest review, but this is not sponsored in any other way. Second off, no matter which one you get, I think they both do a great job at cleaning the pool. One might have a little bit better on the steps, which I'll talk about in a moment, but they both, overall, I was very happy with both of them. So first key difference, which I was quite surprised about, I didn't realize this until I actually had it both in hand, was the brand new one, the Scuba S1 is much lighter than the Seagull Pro, which is a huge factor in my opinion because my primary pool is owned by my father-in-law, and he's an older gentleman, and having something that's, I'm not quite sure if it's 5 pounds lighter, but it's definitely noticeable. So when he's taking this out of the pool, it can be a little bit heavy with all the water, but now that's 5 pounds lighter, or roughly 5 pounds. I didn't weigh it, but you can definitely tell a difference. And now moving on to the second key difference, which is a huge plus for my father-in-law also, is that they changed the physical controls. In the Seagull Pro, they had this dial that worked great for a couple months, and then it started getting hard to turn. Now, for myself, being a bigger guy, I was able to turn it. I was never able to tell where it was lined up, what mode it was in, but nevertheless, I was still able to turn it. But now the new Scuba S1 has a push button and little lights that light up to let you know what mode you're in, which is really great upgrade in my opinion. Third key difference is that there is a new setting this year. There's always been auto, there's always been wall cleaning mode, there's always been floor cleaning mode, but the Scuba S1 now has an eco mode. I call it vacation mode, but they call it eco mode. And what this does is run the robot on the floor only for 45 minutes every 48 hours for up to a week. So if you go away, you can just have it run, just kind of clean the floor a little bit every 48 hours for 45 minutes. And then when you come back after a week, after your vacation, the pool is not as bad as, not having one in there. So really, really like that eco mode. And now moving on to the fourth key difference is that the Scuba S1 has a shorter battery life of 150 minutes. Now, that's not too bad comparing this to the Seagull Pro, which is 180 minutes, which is a full complete 3 hours. And I definitely did not notice a difference in my testing of the Scuba S1. I thought I was still getting around 3 hours, but it is rated for only 150 minutes. Either way, 150 compared to 180 minutes, you're still going to get a great cleaning. And this leads into the fifth thing that you're going to want to know, which actually surprised me the most, was the new Scuba S1 when it's in auto mode, which normally with the Seagull Pro in auto mode, it would do the floor for 50% of the battery life, and then when it dropped down below 50, it would do the wall. But in the new Scuba S1, it does it in reverse. So the first 50% of the battery life is going to do the wall, and then the second half of that 50% battery is going to do the floor. I kind of liked it doing the floor first, but for some reason, Aiper changed this. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Everything's going to get nice and clean. Absolutely love the wall setting and coming above the water line, cleaning it. So it really doesn't matter which one's first. I just have a personal preference of liking the floor being done first. Maybe I just got used to that, but I do want to let you know that is a new difference. And drumroll please, the sixth thing that you're going to want to know, which obviously you can see with your own physical eyes, is there is a new design. Before they had 4 big wheels, This year they have the treads, and I think this is a huge improvement. Obviously, you can't tell the weight, which that was my first thing, but these new treads definitely help overcome obstacles. For instance, if you maybe have a drain in the middle of your pool that might have a huge hump on it, this will definitely help. But in my opinion, in my test, I don't have any drains like that in my pool, but this definitely did much better on the steps. Don't get me wrong, the Seagull Pro did go on the steps, just not as well as the Scuba S1. You can see here, actually started climbing the steps, even though I have very narrow steps and didn't spend a lot of time there, but still it spent a lot more time there than the Seagull Pro ever did. And you can see that it didn't get to the third or fourth step, but the water is kind of low, and when I did raise it up, it did get eventually to the third step, even though it didn't spend a lot of time on the steps altogether, but still got a lot better than the Seagull Pro ever did. So definitely keep that in mind, that these new treads are a huge improvement. And now, as an added bonus, a seventh key difference is that they have a brand new charger. Last year's Seagull Pro was big and bulky, it was heavy, but this year is much lighter, it's much smaller power supply. The only downside is where the plug is where the brick is also. So the brick is your plug. So you just have to realize that it might take up a little bit more space if you have a splitter, where last year the brick was separate from the plug, but that brick was much bigger and heavier. But I really like the design of this new power supply. As far as my recommendation of which one to get, if the price was exactly the same, I would say get the Scuba S1. Even though I have a preference of cleaning the floor first in auto mode, it still all gets done, even though it has a shorter battery life. Just having those new treads is a huge plus, but if the price was the same, I would recommend the Scuba S1. If you need that longer battery life, hey, go ahead, get the Seagull Pro. But like I said at the beginning of this video, no matter which one you get, they both do a great job at cleaning my pool. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Hit that subscribe button. I have a couple other pool cleaners and robots coming to this channel, so definitely hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And as always, if you have any questions that I haven't answered in any of these videos, definitely let me know down in the comments. Definitely would love to help you guys out. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.